Hello and welcome to Larissa's Kitchen. Tonight we're heading to Southeast Asia for some crab rangoon. Well, not really, because this is an American invention. We're going to complete the whole shebang with a sweet chili pineapple dipping sauce. We're going to start with the dipping sauce first, because that needs to come to a simmer and then we need to let it cool a little bit. For that, we're going to need 12 ounces of pineapple juice, about 10 ounces of crushed pineapple, a half cup of chili garlic paste, a half cup of brown sugar, a quarter cup of light soy sauce, a quarter cup of white distilled vinegar, and a half cup of cold water with 1½ tablespoons of cornstarch dissolved into it. We're going to get this all over into the pan and start cooking. I've got this pan on over medium-high heat. I've got everything in here except for the cornstarch and water. We need to leave this until this starts to simmer. I just need to stir this until all that brown sugar dissolves. Then I can let it go until it starts simmering. Our cornstarch thickener, like flour, is easier to dissolve in sauces if we've already suspended it in water. That's because it doesn't actually dissolve. It will settle out if we just let it sit on the countertop. You can see that our sauce is starting to simmer. We just need to stir this cornstarch to make sure that anything that has settled to the bottom is reincorporated in the water. Now we're just going to stir continuously until this thickens. Once this thickens, we'll just take it off the heat and allow it to cool until we're ready to use it. Okay, this is nicely thickened. Now we can move on to the crab rangoon. Its most important ingredient is, of course, the crab meat. This is 8 ounces of jumbo lump crab meat. Now you could use back fin, but it's going to have more cartilage and shell. I've rinsed it and picked through it because I sure as hell don't want to be crunching through crab shell in my creamy crab rangoon. Along with our 8 ounces of crab meat, we're also going to need 8 ounces of cream cheese that's been softened, along with a quarter cup of mayonnaise, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of tamari, which you'll find next to the soy sauce, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and a package of wonton wrappers. This has about 60 wrappers in it, and I think we're going to make close to 50 appetizers. We're going to start by creaming together the mayonnaise and the cream cheese. Next, we're going to mix in the rest of the ingredients and then fold in the crab by hand. For each of these crab rangoon, we're going to need 1 wonton wrapper, about a teaspoon of filling, and just a little bit of water to seal the edges. Now the internet is awash with the ways that you can fold these. I'm going to fold these in the easiest way it is to make them, and also the easiest way I think it is to eat them, and that's just in a triangle. To fill these, we're just going to put a teaspoon of the filling in the middle of these wonton wrappers. Moisten 2 of the edges. Then pick them up and attach the moistened edges to the non-moistened edges. I don't usually film in a violent thunderstorm, but I am tonight. And the dog went downstairs. The thunderstorm appears not to be over yet, and also there's a hummingbird war going on my deck. I got about 49 of these appetizers out of all of our ingredients. We just need to get our frying oil going. I've got my 3-inch straight-sided skillet here. I'm going to be heating this oil to 350 degrees. Now I've only got about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch in there. It doesn't need to be that much. These wontons are going to fry very quickly. awfully quiet on the Western Front. So let's give these crab rangoon a taste. Get a little bit of sauce here. Little spicy. Perfect. Now that the thunderstorm is over, we can fry these. I guess the thunderstorm isn't over yet.